Hello and welcome. Tonight you're with me on Psychic TV International. My name's Rayleen Kable and I'm your host tonight. I look forward to sharing some wisdom with our lovely, lovely Ellie. Ellie will be coming on with me in a moment. You may all know her already. She's one of our team members and she does some amazing things. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Now, before I go on, I have to do a big shout out for my beautiful son, my eldest boy, Robert. Happy 40th birthday today, my son. Hope you've had a great day. And anyway, so happy birthday. And for anyone else celebrating their birthday, happy birthday to you as well. So tonight we're going to cover some beautiful topics. I'm not going to talk about me or topics. We're going to talk about who our special guest is tonight. So Ellie's going to be with us in a moment. And I want to, hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's one of our regulars and we love him. And thank you for coming along, Andrew. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in to our show tonight, please, if you can like and share. Now, we will be doing some readings. That is definitely something we normally do. This is why we're here. We're here to be of service and to be of help in some ways. So anyway, enough of that. Let's go into it. Yes, and we've got lots of psychics on, but we'll go into that a little bit later because I'm really excited to meet up with our wonderful Ellie. So welcome, Ellie, to the stage.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, that's a bit better. Hello, Ellie. How are you, my darling?
I'm good, Rayleen. How are you? And happy birthday to Robert.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yes, it's been a big day for him and for the family, and we've loved it, Well, what do they say? Naughty at 40. I was naughty at 40, but in a good way, in a good way.
I just crossed that boat not long ago.
Oh, really? So are you still in that 40 era though? Like you? Yes. So now you're going to be naughty. I'm behaving now. I'm older. We do live and learn, don't we, sweetheart? So really lovely to meet you. I've not met you before, and it's just so lovely to. I love your vibration, by the way, your energy, your auric field.
Thank you.
Now tonight's about you. Really, it is a special moment for you to be able to showcase who you are, share some of your wonderful wisdom, and also just hopefully do a few reads. Now, I like to let the viewers know in advance. I know because we like to do what we call little snippets of reads or mini reads, because otherwise the show will go really quick and you won't get to really get to know Ellie. So welcome Cheryl, Kelly, Joanne. We've got all the regulars. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. Now, Ellie, I'm going to start the night off with asking a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do best, and what you'd like to share with our audience. So I'll let you take the stage, my darling. So who is Ellie?
Thank you so much, Rayleen. So Ellie is just a combination of a lot of things. So I'm not your regular psychic. I've actually got lots of different backgrounds, and psychic readings is what I love doing right now. So I've actually, believe it or not, my first job was as a dentist.
Oh,
so I've got a clinical background too.
I could believe that because I was only admiring your absolutely beautiful smile and your beautiful
Thank you.
So that I could believe, my darling. And good on you though for coming from such a profession and entering into your spiritual journey and sharing that. I think that's big. That's amazing to be honest. Yeah, do you want to share with us all?
Absolutely. So my spiritual journey actually began and was quite strong from when I was a child at 11 years old, not ago. I'm not that young. And I was just discovered, and I was pretty aware of my gifts even early on because I saw signs of it everywhere. Like, for example, even when I was a child, every birthday party or every lucky dip that I went to, it was almost an expectation for me to come home with a prize. And I just had that feeling, like I just knew it, I could predict it, and I just had that calm confidence around me. I think I would attribute that to my parents because my mum got me exposed to a lot of energy work at a very young age when I was a child. So I got my first Reiki attunement at 11 years old.
Wow.
And I think my biggest entry point into the whole spiritual world was through yoga.
Love it.
because where I was born back in India, I'm Indian Australian. I've lived in
Oh,
Australia
I'm glad
for
you shared that. I
20
was
years
meant to
now.
ask you that. Yes,
Yeah.
love it.
Now, I've been here 20 years. Australia's home, but I was born in India, and there, yoga is not a 1 hour class that you go to before or after work. It is a way of life. And I
Yes,
think all of that was embedded in me from a very young age.
beautiful.
And, being born in a South Asian background, everyone becomes either doctors or engineers. And that's what I was encouraged to do. And I enjoyed it. Look, I did enjoy dentistry and going into management,
Yes.
but I knew that I was meant to be doing more than just fixing people's teeth,
Yeah.
because from a young age, like everyone just used to always come up to me for advice. And I started doing tarot as a hobby. This was over
Mhm.
10 years ago. And I started getting really good feedback. And I think my confidence got built up because of the competence and because of the feedback that I was getting
Yeah,
from my family and friends.
validation, a lot of
Yeah,
validation. It's perfect.
that's
Yeah.
it. And because I could combine that intuitive knowledge or wisdom that was coming through me as a channel, along with my evidence based brain, because that's how I did nearly a decade of study, everything had to be in
Yes.
black and white. But
Lovely.
because of that unique combination, I could put together my logic hat, my intuitive hat,
Yes.
my emotional hat. Because of yoga, I was very in tune with metaphysics as well and feeling emotions in the body.
Love it.
And so I combine all of that into the way that I read these beautiful tarot cards. So it just
Wow.
gives it a lot more depth. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's about me.
Oh, I love that. There's a lot about you to learn, my darling. So, how long have you been with the team on Psychic TV International, if you don't mind me asking? And excuse my ignorance, but yeah, how long have you been with the team now?
I think it's been around 4 months now. Yeah. And I'm
Wow.
loving it. I've had some very interesting readings. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And look, to be honest, we do have such a beautiful following. And I always like to acknowledge those who come in because these people have been with us for many, many years. And to be honest, we wouldn't be who we are without all the love and support that's come from our viewers on here on, on, I was going to say on YouTube and on Facebook, but also when we were on TV. So we've been very blessed to have beautiful people that, just believe in our ability to assist them. And like yourself, Ellie, we've got a wonderful team, and a lot of I love
Absolutely.
what I love about our psychics, all of you, and including me, I'm one of them too, I guess. But is the dedication and the professionalism. That's really what I have to say, working with such a big team like ourselves. So, okay, okay, so you've been in Australia 20 years, did you say?
That's right. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So, okay, out of all, I was reading you do the dowsing, is that correct? Dowsing?
Pendulum dowsing. That's right. With one
Yeah.
of these little beauties. Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain how that works for someone who's just coming in? And welcome everybody who's just coming in. Can you explain how that works? Is it how do you use that? Can anyone use that? Is it something? Do you find it personally it amplifies your abilities? Can you share?
Absolutely, really. And I want to second that too. I think we've got a fabulous team here at Psychic TV, and I get so much support from all of you, and I'm so grateful for that. But with the pendulum, so a lot of people think that the pendulum is all woo woo because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
But Albert Einstein, the Albert Einstein, endorsed the pendulum as a dowsing technique. So there's a lot of science behind it. And I
Yes.
think, I was not a believer in woo woo back then, like a few decades back. But now, because I understand the science behind it, science hasn't actually caught up to spirituality just yet. Things that our ancestors knew from thousands of years ago is just being proven by science one by one.
Yes, that is so true. There could not be a truer word in what you just said, or words that you said, Ellie, because
Yeah,
science is now slowly catching up with what's been happening for thousands of years. Yeah,
exactly.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. And what that pendulum does is it picks up on the subconscious vibrations. So Can anyone use the pendulum? Yes, but there's conditions attached. You need to
Oh,
be able to know how to program the pendulum. So you need to have some level of training. You
yeah,
can't just pick up a pendulum and start swinging it straight away. But
yeah,
once you understand the energetics behind it, yes, anyone can use a pendulum.
beautiful.
And the beauty of the pendulum is that it gives you black and white yes or no answers.
Yeah, which I think these days we don't always need an extension in getting the answers. Sometimes we just need to know that yes and no.
Exactly.
And I like the way you explain that because it's a little bit like crystals. When you buy crystals, you attune your crystals, and some you attune
Mhm.
to certain things. So it's no different, really, is it? Than attuning, a crystal. Your pendulum is something you're going to work with, so you want it to work at its utmost best. Yeah.
Absolutely right. And I wouldn't recommend letting others touch your pendulum because it is an extension of your energy. So I don't recommend sharing pendulums because it is something that you program on a personal level, just like crystals. They are quite personal once they're attuned. And yeah, it's something that needs to be recharged as well, just like how we recharge our phones, to keep it active. We do have to recharge our crystals under the
Yeah.
moonlight or salt, or there's lots of different techniques,
Ocean.
these
Yeah.
sprays that you can use. So it is important to keep it energetically clean as well. And the
Mhm.
more you use it, the more accurate it gets, just like anything else. The more
That's
you
true.
build time and energy into the relationship, it can guide you. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. We might put your pendulum to work in a moment, darling, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Held it up and we've been talking about it. I'm just going to go back to maybe, and I really want to say a big thank you to everyone. Everyone's been so beautiful. There's so many messages that I get caught up with my who I'm interviewing, and then I go, oh my gosh, I've got to talk to people, and I forget that. So, but I do want to see if we can use your pendulum. There was one question that had come up earlier, and someone who
Mhm.
shared and liked, and thank you everyone. Please remember, share and like our page. Why? Because we love you and we want to help as many people as we can. So the more people that get to connect with the vibration that we have here at Psychic TV International, the more that we can be of assistance. All right. I think anyone would have thought I rehearsed that, but that just come from nowhere, Ellie. No,
Intuitive.
darling, my heart. Okay, so sorry, I might need my glasses. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. Excuse me, everybody. Um, I'm getting older. Where was that one question? Let's go. Okay, so Dana Harris, and I'll put the question up because she has. Oh, well, come on. I have to. Oh, there we go. I'll read it from here. And I know she has liked and shared. So thank you very much, Dana. Will I get the house on the Esplanade? I guess that's what a pendulum would be really good for. A yes or no?
That's a yes.
Yay! So
Yeah.
exciting times, Dana. Exciting times, my darling. That was
Yeah.
really that's very simplistic in a lot of ways, isn't it? But very, like you say, very precise. So hopefully,
Yeah.
Dana, that has helped you, my darling. And thank you again for sharing and liking. I'll go
I
back
could
here.
add another extra layer to that if you'd like for Dana
Of course,
with the
that would
tarot cards. So
yeah.
since we've got the yes from the pendulum, I'm also seeing that Dana will be getting some external help towards this beautiful house on the Esplanade, and it's going to change your life, Dana, because it's going to, that house on the Esplanade is going to create some kind of this beautiful environment where you feel like your entire life has changed on multiple levels. So there you go. All the
Wow.
very best with that.
Yeah, I think we need to move into this house, Dana. Let's do it, darling. And all the very best with that. And thank you again, Ellie, for one, sharing your knowledge with your tarot cards, but two, also using your dowsing rod, dowsing pendulum, sorry. I said rod then. That was weird. All right, let's have a look at some of these messages as well. Now, just I like to also promote our wonderful psychics that are online. So I'll do a very quick promo here because we've got some of our wonderful team on. At the moment, Judith Sky is already on a call, and so is Miss Psychic D. But we also have the amazing Grace on pin 9888. Also, Jags on a pin 9160, as well as our wonderful Natalie Norton Baker on a 9801, and also Vanessa on 9900. So, guys, we're here talking. We want to do some reads for you. Well, I know. I don't. Ellie does. I'm connecting with you though. So yeah, please like and share our page, and we'll have a look and see what else is going on. I want to read some of these messages to you, but I have to put my glasses on. Okay, a question for you, Ellie. Just this is coming from me, my darling. Do you have anything? Have you created something of your own? Have you got are you creating a tarot deck or writing a book? Is there anything tonight that you'd like to promote for yourself as well, or not?
Interesting you say that. I
Ah,
am working on my book, which is very close to getting published within the
oh,
next couple of months. Yeah.
wow!
And this book, I
Congratulations.
think a big chunk of this book, I actually wrote it just in the last few days on the flight, somewhere between Vietnam and Australia that I've just returned
Wow,
from. So it is, yeah, I don't know,
that's
30,000 feet up in the air, inspiration just hit, and I had to get out a paper and book and start
yeah.
writing. So my book is coming out, and I'm, I want to inspire people to find that inner psychic within them,
Oh, I
because
love that.
intuition is a skill that can be learned
Of
by
course,
everyone.
yes.
And there is definitely a place for psychics, because you don't learn that skill when you need your question answered. That's what we're here for. But
Yeah,
if that's something that someone wants to go deeper into, I would love to support other psychics in the making. So that's going to
yeah.
be a big part of what this book is about.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because intuition is a skill.
Well, it is.
Anything that you put your focus and attention, you can grow.
That's exactly what I say. Wherever you put your focus is where your energy flows. And if you're putting your focus on your internal dialogue and who you are, the essence of who you are, the more you will grow. So if you focus your attention on you for a little while, you'll be surprised what you can come up with. And I love that, because in reality, I think at this stage in time in our lives, there's so many. I'm not an astrologer, but I keep my mind and being in the whole essence on everything that's going on. And we're in a
Mm,
beautiful time of growth, a spiritual growth, a
we
spiritual
are.
miracles. And I call it miracles because a lot of people don't believe that they can be more than what they are. And
Mm,
and like just what you're saying and just what your book's going to do will really help people come into their own. And that's what it's about. We'll always have a role to play in the roles that we play now, but
yeah,
it's more rewarding for us to know that the people that come to us will grow from what we share and grow into their own essence. Do you know what? Even more so.
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's I
100%.
absolutely love it. Now we've got some beautiful messages. Everyone's just so I love these people. They're all just so beautiful. Um, Okay, I have another question for you from Haley Townsend, and I
Mhm.
will pop it up because it might be easier for me to read it on the screen over here. Hello, light and shared. I have a very important exam next week for my future physical therapy profession. How will this exam go for me, please? Will I pass with the score I need, which is 600 or more? 600 or more points. Thank you.
Yes, Haley, I do see you passing. There's a very high chance that you're going to pass. I do see some sacrifices around you right now. So it does seem like there might be some kind of a decision that you're putting on hold, or some kind of a sacrifice that you may need to make to prepare for this exam. But I'm not seeing you just pass. You're passing with flying colors. There's a lot of passion, and I can see that this
Love that.
exam is actually very important for you and means a lot to you. And you're coming through beautiful, darling.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's interesting as you was talking, Ellie. I hope that's really helped you, Haley. I'm sure it has. And I think, the one thing, and I'm not reading necessarily, but I'm always reading, even being the host. It's just one of those things. I 100% feel what you're saying to Haley is so right. And I think the numbers are going to be bigger than what she expects, which is really good. So I'm looking forward to hearing back at some point, Haley, and I'm sure Ellie is as well, how you go, my darling. But we wish you all the very best. And I
All the
and
best.
no matter what, we know that you'll give it everything you've got. So, yeah, so that's just another little question. So, for those viewers coming in for the first time, we're speaking to our wonderful Ellie from Psychic TV International, who's sharing some of her amazing wisdom and also her abilities doing some readings. But I'd just like to welcome you. Please like and share our page. The more people that like and share, the more the more we can show that we care. That was a little verse. I think I'm getting worse. Sorry. I have moments like that. I should have been a comedian. No, not really. But my darling, now if there was anything right now in the world that or we're talking about a world audience here, not just here in Australia. We're talking about the world. What would you want to share? What bit of advice could you share that would make a difference if you were like, okay, let's say you were center stage like Donald Trump at the moment, center stage, like if you were center stage and you was voicing to the world, what would it be that you would share?
Wow. Okay. The biggest thing that's coming for me right now is for awakening, for people to see truth as it is, because I think we're now living in a current world scenario where, with COVID happening and now this impending war situation in the background, there is this general unrest as a
Yes.
collective energy in general, where I'm sensing that. And I think that there's more than ever, like a more demand for psychics because people are needing more clarity. There's a lot of confusion and mental fog that's happening with all the anxiety that's building up.
Yeah.
And for us psychics to be able to give the accurate guidance that we do, we have to keep our channel really clear.
100.
And I think just the collective energy of us meditating together, or even just putting out beautiful intentions from our heart chakra, that
Yeah.
green light, just spreading it out, just a simple visualization like that. And I think this is the time more than ever in 2026 where we literally need to hold hands and support
Yeah.
each other. And that
Yeah.
will raise the collective energy.
Uh-huh.
And I think if that one thing, using my Donald Trump voice, I'm not going to say anything silly that he does, but it would be to trust your own instincts, your gut feeling, your intuition. So don't believe what the media says without any filters.
That's true. Yes.
Get
This is
guidance
what,
from trusted psychics
well,
and
what's
listen
the
to your
other word?
own gut.
Yeah, what's the other word we'd use um, when we're kind of like helping people? Just it came and it went as I was thinking it, so it was
Yeah.
not meant to be thought; it was meant to be felt. But what's the word when we want people to see things using their own
Empower
perception?
them.
Well, of course, we always want to empower. That's the
Mm,
but I'm just trying to think. It will come to me. The word will come to me. But
I'm
it's about people being, I can't even think of it now. It's just gone out the window. Boom, like that. Anyway,
like being more aware.
yeah, well, yeah, it is the word. It's very similar to more aware, but using their own discretion too. Like,
Discretion.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not, I don't even think it's discretion I'm trying to explain. Sorry, everyone. I really want to get this point across, but I think it's important that discernment. Sorry, that's it. The discernment. Be discerning.
Discernment.
Yes.
Yes.
And, if you see something, really sit with it. Is this real? Is this not real? Is this true or is this not true? Or is this affecting me or is it not? Am I going to allow this to affect me or am I going to stay within my own center and,
Mm,
just observe, be the observer, because can you agree or disagree with me here? But I think what's happening at the moment, we're going from 3 to 5D. Um,
mm,
So we're
absolutely.
we're in between. And now for the viewers who may not understand what I mean by 3D and 5D, we live in the 3D world. So everything we see around us is 3D, it's solid, it's here. But beyond this world, there are other levels. There are definitely other levels. And when you become more aware in the soul, you know of those. You don't may not go to all these levels, but you'll have glimpses and you'll have
Mm,
moments where that knowing, the soul knows that there's so much more than what we're seeing and hearing here in the 3D. Would you agree there, Ellie?
100%, without a doubt. Yeah. The Sanskrit word for discernment is vairagya. And funnily enough, that was coming up, and I was trying to find the English equivalent for it.
Yeah, crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And
But
I
yeah,
think it's, yeah,
sorry.
especially like today, where everyone's about AI, artificial intelligence, that's actually
Yes.
weakening the signal because it's almost like producing clones, and people are doing it so fast that you can't, it's hard to discern and, have that discernment. But
Yeah,
when you really trust the I over AI is your
I
innate
like that.
intelligence.
Oh, I do like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And that's where discernment comes into play, knowing
Yes.
where to draw the line.
Oh, and that's so true. I mean, our viewers, we have such beautiful viewers come in and share with us, and we love this. And I hope, like, I've only been hosting, I don't know how long now, a couple of weeks, and I've absolutely really enjoyed our viewers getting to know our psychics and the topics that we're talking about. You know, there's so many different topics we can talk about,
Mm,
and no doubt we will in the future with all of our wonderful team. So, but I love your message. I think your message was really important for our times today. And I like to use simple analogies. You know, every storm passes. And even in history, every war ends and new beginning
yeah.
start. You know what I mean? So if we keep that in mind, if we remember that everything flows, we don't have to stop just because everyone says stop. You know, that's the key, isn't it? Staying within your flow and being connected to all things and just loving what's around you and respecting what's around you. I think that's really important. Would you agree?
100%, because that reality is what we create for ourselves.
Exactly.
That's where it all
Exactly.
starts. Yeah.
So let's have a look and see what everyone's doing. I mean, see, like I say, I love talking, so forgive me, everybody. I do get into my little chatting moment, but often as you know, we're channeling. We're here and we just look like Rayleen and Ellie, but when we get here, often we've got messages to give to all of you. So forgive me for that. I like that. Carrie, let's have a look here. There was someone who was asking, oh. Okay. Do you want to do another reading, my sweetheart? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So we've got Graceful Indeed, who is a regular, and thank you again, Grace, for gracing your presence with us tonight. We really do appreciate. Okay, I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see. Okay. Okay. Now, how will my trip to South Africa in July? Oh, go? I think I said it all back to front, but anyway, you can see it on the screen as well.
I'm seeing you, Grace. There's some decisions that you'll be making around your trip to South Africa in July. You're definitely going, and it seems like I'd encourage you to be open minded on that trip because it seems like there's going to be a fresh hit of inspiration that comes to you in South Africa. And it's really going to inspire some growth in you. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's already linked to some goal that you've set. So
Oh, I
all the
love
best.
that.
I'm rooting for you.
Oh, I've lost you. Hang on, I'm back. I haven't lost this. My computer just does its own thing.
So I'm
Okay,
still
thank
here.
you so much for that, Ellie. Thank you so much. Now I'm just going to do one more shout out because for those of you, I mean, Ellie, I have to ask, are you going to be online after our show tonight, or are you
Yes,
busy?
absolutely.
Wow. Okay. What is your PIN number later on?
9901.
9901. So if anyone who's coming in or comes in at any stage through our show feels connected, which I'm sure they will, to Ellie, please. She is going to be online. I do love to do a shout out. I'll do a very quick shout out to because we have some beautiful psychics online right now. So if you are interested in, or you just want something answered that we can't answer in this moment, we've got the amazing Grace on a 9666. We have Jackie Crystal on a 9. I need my glasses. I knew I would. I was trying to do it without them. Sorry, a 9875. We've also got Jags on pin number 9160. Also, Judith Sky. She's off the phones now, so she's been busy. 9125 is her pin. We've got Miss Psychic D on 9140. We've got a lot of beautiful psychics on right now. And Natalie Norton Baker on 9810. Wow, I'm going to keep talking all night. Nice to see the team on. Good on you guys. And Psychic Sandy on a 9108, and also Vanessa on 9900. There we go. Wow, that was a mouthful. I didn't expect that. But it is lovely to see we've got our team on there, and it is lovely to see you here with us, everybody. So please, those of you who have just come in, please like and share our page. The more likes and shares we get, the more we can share with all of you out there. Hello, Holly. I think you're a new person here tonight, so welcome, welcome, welcome. So, all right, so we've got our book coming, Ellie. What do you like to do for leisure? That's a good question. What do you like to do for leisure? What do you do to create some joy within?
I love that. I spend a lot of time going inward through my own spiritual practices. So, one of the things that gives me a lot of joy is traveling. I absolutely love traveling. And I think it just gives me a whole new perspective and just freshens up my energy. So,
Love it.
yeah, and traveling, I mean, I live, if I go that way, it's the Sunshine Coast. That way is the Gold Coast. So I've got some beautiful locations around me. But other than
Yeah.
that, I love traveling around the world as well. And I just counted the other day after coming back from Vietnam. I'm up to 23 countries so far. So I've still got 2 more continents to go.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So Vietnam, may I ask, my feeling, like I astral travel a lot, but I haven't really, it's really weird. But I've actually not traveled a lot in the physical sense, but I can be somewhere and feel the energy, if you know what I mean. So
Mm,
may I ask, what's Vietnam like for those who have never been to Vietnam like myself? I've heard it's amazing. I've heard the people are beautiful. Um,
mm.
is there a big history there energetically?
There is. There
Yeah.
is. And I think what really stood out for me with Vietnam compared to a lot of the other countries I've been to is I connected with my feminine side a lot more because this was the first time I was exposed to Lady Buddha, Kuan
Wow.
Yin, the female version of Buddha.
Yes, 1 year.
And I was so blessed that I had a private tour guide. So, yes, I did, go to all the touristy places for the Instagrammy photos, but
Yeah, I
I
like
also
that.
went to, yeah, you got to do that. Come on.
Yeah, everyone's got to do that.
But the psychic in me wanted to really explore the energy of Vietnam. And this beautiful tour guide, she took me to places that was a hidden gem that only a
Wow,
few of the locals knew about. So
wow,
yeah, and it
that's
was this place in Marble Mountain. So there were 5 of the Marble Mountains, which are the 5 elements. So earth, fire, water, air, metal.
yep.
And fire was the most popular tourist destination. So I asked her which was the least touristy, and she said it was the Metal Mountain. So I
Ah,
said, that's where I want to go.
yeah, I don't
And
wanna see people at the moment, I just wanna experience.
yeah. And it was so beautiful there. She took us inside a cave, and I had full body goosebumps. It
Wow,
was so beautiful. Like the energy just shifted in that cave because I could tell there was not a lot of people who walked in there.
yeah.
And it was preserved because there was this beautiful statue of the Lady Buddha, but it wasn't carved, it was natural.
Oh,
So you had
wow.
to look really hard to identify it. And once you could see it, you couldn't unsee it.
You couldn't unsee it. Wow, that is so beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. And then she took us further down into the cave, and there was this holy water that they considered. So, just to have that splashed on my face. And I know all of this seems very subtle, but I feel like a new woman when I
Well,
travel
can I be
back.
honest? I'm an aura seer. I see auras, and your aura is beautiful. It's beaming.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but I can see it. It's beaming. So definitely, your recent trip to Vietnam, I really feel was very, very rejuvenating for your soul, if that's the best way of
Absolutely.
putting it. Giving you a new perspective and cleansing, very cleansing. Now we have got another beautiful soul on. I'm just gonna. Do you mind doing another quick reading, my darling
Of
heart?
course, my pleasure.
Okay, so I'm just going to go to, I'll put it on screen because it's a bit longer, but that's okay. I can read with my glasses on. Hi, and this is from Lisa D. Loved and shared. Would love to know if my finances will improve, please. My business page social media was hacked. I had to change my business name as I did not want that energy connected to my business. Greatly appreciated. And that's from Lisa D. Thank you, Lisa D, for sharing and loving.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. I can sense there was a lot of conflict around that hacking. Yeah. And I can sense that might have been quite distressing. I definitely see that as a blessing in disguise for you, Lisa, because it feels like this whole scenario that's happened, it's actually awakened that beast within you. It's like lighted that fire in your solar plexus chakra. And I think what you've done by changing the business name is brilliant, because around that, I've seen that there's new plans that are coming up. There's a clarity in your mind, and it's almost like you've refocused.
Yes.
And I see a breakthrough coming through. Absolutely. I see good news coming your way about your finances. So, absolutely. Yes. And by the way, I love your profile photo. I love Crystal Castle at Byron. Beautiful place. I
Oh,
can
I
feel her
haven't been
energy
there.
through that photo.
Yeah, I love it, and thank you so much, Ellie, for sharing your wisdom with. Sorry, I can't see the name. Oh, sorry, with Lisa.
Lisa.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, so that's how it works. We've got amazing Ellie on tonight. So we really would love to connect with you. And Ellie will be online after the show, and we only go till 9 o'clock, and it goes very quick. Would you agree, Ellie? It's like time's just going
I
bang, bang.
know.
Thing. So, okay. So, what is your future plans? What are you? We've got your book coming up. Do you do live shows or anything like that? Do you?
Absolutely. I would love to be doing more of these. So I think, yeah, I would absolutely love to expand my online presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that is definitely something on the cards. I do intend to be more visible,
Yes.
because my core value is impact.
Yes.
And I think I would love to reach more people, do more readings, and
Lovely.
just be
Lovely.
more available, because it's like a web. And every connection that I make to someone that I'm reading for, I know that that's helping them shape their destiny. And it's like
Yes.
the ripple effect. They're going to be affecting so many other people positively. And
Yeah.
that's how I look at the work that I do, that it's not just that one person I'm reading for, it's creating this whole ripple effect. So, absolutely. Online space, you can
Yeah.
definitely see me a
I
lot
love
more online, and with Psychic TV as well.
it. May I ask a personal question? If
Sure.
it's too personal, just say no, and I'll just disappear. No, I won't really. What astrology sign are you? That's one thing I didn't get a chance tonight to have a look at. What astrology sign? I can I tell you what I feel? You've got a
Go
lot
for
of
it. I was going to ask you to ask me.
yeah, you've got a lot of Leo energy. Now that's
Ooh.
I don't feel necessarily you are Leo, but to me it's a fire sign. That's what I get. So am I right?
Interesting you say that,
Wow.
because that's something that I've been working on building up. So I think that's what you're picking up on, the fire lion energy, because I
Yes.
have been channeling in a lot of that. But I'm a water sign. I'm Pisces. I'm a
I would
fish.
not have thought that. That's the truth. So maybe that's that part of you, like you're saying, bringing up that fire within you. Because
Mm,
you are very strong. You have a beautiful direction. I can see that. So it's like, maybe the work that you're doing to bring that fire up is beautiful.
mm.
But do you know your chart really well? Have you had your chart done, darling, to see if there's any fire in your chart? Because it really does stand out a bit.
Interesting, because I do human design reading as well, and you're right. My solar plexus, the fire, is actually an open sign, so there is
Yeah.
some truth to that. Yeah, interesting how you picked up on that. There's always more to the story.
I'm just the host, really. But I love helping people. So whatever I do, whether it's me being a medium in my own business or online,
Mm,
or or promoting people, to me, it's all about sharing. It's all about really giving and caring. Do you know what I mean? I've
yes.
got some validation, so I want to give this back to you, my darling, from Lisa. I will have to put my glasses back on because these little old eyes are going, oh, those bright lights. So validation, thank you so very much. I felt that this was definite change that was needed. I'm bringing different elements into my business now. So very grateful for the time and energy, beautiful ladies. Thank you, Lisa.
So
So it's
beautiful.
that
Thank you.
lovely. It's just so nice to feel that in a moment
Mm,
you and I, in a little way, have helped people to get that little bit of clarity. And
mm,
that's what we do best, I guess, as psychics, as mediums, as healers, as teachers, gurus, whatever we be. When we're
yeah,
coming from our heart, we do it in such a big way and very instantly. And I think that's the beauty of being who we are. So wow,
absolutely.
and that's so lovely to get that validation. Thank you so much, Lisa. So okay, let's have a look and see what else everyone else is saying. Please share and like our page. We love you. Um, yes, we've answered that. So I can't keep up with everyone. That's the thing. I kind of like scroll and scroll and scroll. Now, okay, what's another message you'd like to share? What a bit of wisdom would you like to share right now, Ellie, that you feel,
Mm.
sit with it for a moment, that you feel would really help maybe someone who's just going to step in and see our show or even see it a little bit later? Because I always believe that we have something special to give. And even though everyone else might not need it, there might be that one person that needs it. What would be your message to that special person out there that will see it at a later stage, if not now?
Okay, and I think I'm going to take this inspiration from Lisa and her question. Because if I look back at one of the most powerful readings that I've done, which was quite unexpected. So it was a 1 hour reading that I did for a client
Beautiful.
that was pretty much a business strategy session
Oh, lovely, lovely.
using
Yeah.
tarot cards.
Yeah.
So
I
it
love
was
that.
so beautiful because it was unexpected. And I think that was the first time. And the whole 1 hour, all we were doing was talking about business. So just
Wow.
like how Lisa, she's done a few changes to her business. That whole hour, and I do have a business background as well,
Yeah.
but to be able to bring that into tarot,
Yeah.
what I'd say, and I'm going to repeat this a few times until it lands for whoever who needs to hear this:
Maybe. Yeah.
energetics beats strategy. So I'm going to say that again. Energetics always beats strategy. And I'm not just talking business, in any aspect of your life. So if there's any change that you want to bring about in your life, you can go it at just logic, map out the action steps from A to B,
Mm-hmm.
but you'd have to power through it. You'd have to hustle hard. There is
Yeah.
an effortless way to do it. And that way is to get aligned energetically.
That's true. I love the way you said that. Lately, and this is something I'm going to share with everyone as well, is that lately when I'll give you an example, everybody. I was driving down the freeway And I don't have radio on or anything. I'm just in the moment. I do have to keep my focus, I must say, because I can very zone out very easily. But I consciously am watching. I'm in the moment, driving, and the next minute, I'm in this beautiful, peaceful space, feeling so loved and supported. Then, bang, two police cars go flying past. My whole aura just went like this, like because I was so in my space, in my zone, yeah? And,
Mm.
there was a reason I was saying this, it wasn't just for that, so now I've forgotten, I've gone too far into it. But, yeah, energetics. Alignment, sorry, but when you
Mm.
was talking about alignment, and the first thing that come to my mind was align, and I said it out aloud. It was almost like because the suddenness and the swiftness of the cars going past shook the whole car, not only me, but the whole car, and was really unexpected. So the first thing that come to mind really loudly was a line. So
Mm.
when you said that, it's so true. And I'm sharing this mainly because what I did in that instant, in that present moment, once it happened, was I said the word align. So
Mm.
I was telling my body, my whole mind, body, and spirit to align. So just a little technique in saying that, maybe using the word align and really
Wow.
saying it and feeling it for our viewers, maybe a really bit, because I had to do it myself and I couldn't believe it. It's like, here I am so pissed out. And next minute, whoa, it's like, what? And then straight away align. And since I did that, I was back in my peace zone, but I was just a little bit more conscious of looking in my mirror. But I don't normally look behind. Always look forward. But yeah, I was just a little bit more conscious of seeing what was in the mirrors, so it didn't happen again. Yeah.
That's so powerful, Raylene. So powerful because words are pretty much spells that we cast on ourselves.
Exactly. And our thoughts are, well, our thoughts create where we are, what we do, what we feel. And, when we're being very mindful of our thoughts and not beating ourselves up, we can actually, in a moment, shift our mindset like that. Boom.
Mm.
Um, and the more that people realize that, the more they can bring themselves out of a heavy space into a much lighter, loving, supportive space. Because we are always supported, whether or not we realize it. Everything
Absolutely.
around us supports us, and I'm sure you know that, Ellie. Yeah, but yeah. So I just wanted to share that with everyone because it was a really. It only happened like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, but it
Mm.
really was amazing. But just that instant saying the word alignment or align, is was big. It was like, oh, I'm back.
Mm. Mm.
But I wasn't thinking of anything. It was so sudden. So sometimes that can happen in life, can't it? Sometimes we can have an outside force or outside experience affect our internal. And I think it's
Absolutely.
really important that we manage and maintain the inner essence of who we are. Yeah.
I
So anyway,
love that so much. Yeah. I've got
yeah,
another grounding technique that's worked for me
beautiful.
too.
Please
So
share.
whenever I'm feeling like frazzled or, and or thrown off like that in situations like that, it could just even be, like a loud noise from the outside. Sometimes late at night you have some cars like screeching on the roads and you're just like, whoa,
Yeah,
what was that? And if I
yeah,
just need to ground myself down in the instant,
yeah.
I like to engage anything from my five senses. So, for example, like today, what I use, so I've got this beautiful bracelet. It's an agar wood bracelet from
Oh,
Vietnam, and
lovely.
it smells beautiful. And the best thing is the smell always stays there. And
Oh,
this bracelet is always on my hand. So if I
yeah,
just need to ground myself, I just smell that. And
yeah,
smell brings back memories. It helps you ground because it's familiarity. It puts your
yes.
feet back on the ground, like literally.
Yep,
And that
yep.
just helps ground me and gets me back into center, in
That's a
alignment.
really so if anyone hasn't got a bracelet that smells so beautiful like yours, what else could they do? Maybe smell a flower in their garden?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Or
yeah,
hold on to something that you value. It could be anything sentimental, something that a loved one gave you. Just pick something up, hold it in your hands. That's tactile sense. So
Yeah,
anything to do with your senses.
I always have a crystal,
There you go.
always. Well, even when I'm doing my stage shows, I always hold a crystal. It's just natural for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah,
And I also wear my other piece. I always, yeah, my hair got
love
tangled in
that.
that. Yeah, I love that bit of advice. I think that was really beautiful way to give it a simple technique that people can use.
Mm,
And that's what I love about, these shows on Thursday nights. We can share not only our own wisdom, but, wisdom that things that we've worked with ourselves personally,
mm,
and I think that's so lovely because there's so many, there's truly there's so many things that we can tap into so quickly, but if you don't know, you don't give it a go. Do you know what I mean? And I love that technique you shared, and like when it happened for me, the word align, it was powerful. So
mm.
for our viewers that are regulars and those who are coming in, you've got nothing to lose, only to gain by giving it a go. But remember, everyone, we've got our wonderful Ellie here tonight, and she is going to be online a little bit later after the show. And, maybe you just want to connect with Ellie, or maybe you'll just want to, ask a few questions, have a reading or two. But we love our team here because, like I was saying earlier, oh, sorry, that nearly rhymed then. what I I'm not even going to try that again. Um, but what I was saying earlier was, we do have a great team here, and I can honestly say that, like I've been with Psychic TV International or Psychic TV from the beginning, and I think the reason I'm still here is because we do have some of the best, and I know. I've worked with the psychics on the team, and not all of them, but some of them, and we come from heart and soul, and that's what it's about. And I know or the CEO, our lovely Jane, her intention is just to help people on such a big level. So we love her as well because she's forever supportive of all of us, and yeah. I love it. So we have got a few psychics. I bet you there's going to be a whole lot more now, and it's going to take longer. But we have got some amazing psychics on our team online at the moment, and of course I have to have a quick look and see. We have the amazing Grace on a oh gosh, 9888. We also have Jackie Crystal on a 98. Oh my gosh, the arrow's in the way. I think that is one. Oh, I could have been saying that wrong. 775. Oh, Jackie, forgive me if I'm wrong. Also, we've got Jags on a 9160. Also, Judith Sky on 9125. Miss Psychic D on 9140, and also Natalie Norton Baker. Oh, we've got a few. Sorry, I won't be a moment, Ellie. On 9810. Sandy, Psychic Sandy, medium on a 9108, and Vanessa on a 9900. And that is I just like to let everyone know because I'm here to share and help and do what I can for all of you
Mm,
psychics. And I just love the team. I love you. I love your work. I love the fact that I must ask this question because we're going to
mhm,
finish up really quickly, and I don't want to. But so is this generational? Because I feel like when I talk to you, I feel like this goes back generations. So I feel like the spiritual,
mm.
yeah, knowing has been passed down. Is that correct, Ellie?
Absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, having being well traveled and being multicultural, I've lived in multiple countries as well, throughout my life. And end of the day, we're all one. And I've studied a lot of these spiritual scriptures. So with the tarot, again, there's lots of different versions of it. There's like some follow the Hermetic Kabbalah. I've studied Kabbalah,
yes. Oh,
and
really?
all these different. And I'm coming from a yoga background. I have read the Bhagavad Gita and Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and
Yes.
also religious texts like the Bible and the Quran. And if you boil everything down, the spiritual essence is all the same. End of the day.
And that's why it's so important sometimes. Well, it's so important all the time to be mindful
Mm,
because I know my words, my energy affect the consciousness. So I do
absolutely.
my best to be at my best for the greater, you know, and it's not because I have to, it's just the way it is, you know. But when we do that, when we're more aware of how we're moving in our world, if we're moving in our world, you know, in a beautiful, caring, nurturing, supportive way, respectful way, we put that energy out, and
Yeah.
therefore we also attract that beautiful energy. So we get people that are respectful, people that are mindful, people that are, you know, caring and nurturing. So, you know, how are you going to be, not you, sorry, Ellie, but I'm saying this
Mm.
to the viewers. How are you going to move in your world moving forward? How's your day going to be tomorrow? Are you going to walk in peace and love and caring and nurturing? Not fluffy stuff. I'm not a fluffy girl, I'll be honest. I
Mm.
sound fluffy sometimes, but I'm not fluffy. I'm actually very grounded. But they're good questions to ask yourself, because the
Yeah.
more that you can be self-aware of how you are, the more you can have the most positive effect on not just your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your community. How beautiful.
And I'd love to add to that, Raylene, because it's not just our immediate circle of family and friends,
No.
but there is also, for those of you who believe in past lives, I'm a big believer of that because I've had lots of personal experiences. The work that we do and just that decision to stay grounded today and work on your energy and your healing,
Mm,
you're actually healing 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. So this is
that's
not just something you're doing for yourself. You're literally rewiring future generations that have not even been born yet.
Yeah, I love that. And when you really look at life in that way and go, wow, what I do right now has such an amazing effect, you know,
Yeah,
on the past as well as the future, you know. But the thing is, isn't that funny? I say past and the future, but it's in the present moment we have to fix it.
exactly. Oh, that's worth its weight in gold.
It is, it is. Oh, I've so loved our time together. We are running out of time on the show tonight. You're not running out of time because I know you're going to be online later on. So what's your PIN number again? Do a little bit of a, can you do a little bit of a promo for yourself in this moment, my dear Ellie?
Absolutely. So my PIN number is 9901. I'm Ellie. And, if you have something that you want to unpack, or you're not sure about something, or if you already know the answer and you need a second opinion, that's what we're here for. And I would love to help you unpack, but I guess my finesse is also in not just helping you see things and get clarity, but I can hold your hand and take you to that next step where you can actually implement it. I break it down, give you bite sized pieces. So you'll be walking away with not just clarity, but I'll help you get that focus. And by the time we end the call, you will be in flow state.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Now I feel like I want to call you after the show. Yeah,
Anytime.
oh, you're a darling. I've really, really enjoyed, one, getting to know you, two, learning from you. And thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Because I think, we always learn from one another. I love, and I want to say a big thank you to all our beautiful viewers and all the people that like and share our page. And not just like in this show, but we've also got our wonderful Harry Tea on Saturdays from 5 p.m., I think it is. So please remember, tonight's Thursday. We've still got a few more nights, but then we got the wonderful Harry T coming back on, and he also will bring some of our amazing team. I don't know which one. I get the lucky ones. He gets the lucky ones. So I mean, we're both lucky. What can I say? We're very blessed. So I'm going to wrap it up very shortly with you, my darling Ellie, so you can, one, get yourself adjusted to being online for all your wonderful calls. I thank you so very much, my sweetheart, for
Thank
just the
you.
time and energy you've shared tonight. I love your work, and I think, those who go to have a session with you and connect with you will love it as much. So I will thank you now, and we will, I'm sure, catch up soon, my darling. But bless be
Absolutely.
you. Bless be you, and I will say namaste. I like to say namaste. But we'll talk soon,
Namaste.
Ellie, and thank you for a wonderful show tonight. I really do appreciate it. So have a lovely night and enjoy the phone lines.
Thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome, my darling. So, thank you, everyone. I quickly wanted to say a quick apology for last week before I've got 90 seconds, if that. I wanted to apologize to everyone last week because I think I did one of those blooper shows right at the end of the show. I won't do that tonight, I promise. But will say a very big, oops, I will say a very big, thank you to you. Maybe I do have a blink. My screen just went again. So yeah, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you who come in, watch the show, share your wisdom, share and like. We really do value and appreciate you. I want to thank the team in the background that's also working so very hard, to be online. We have got all our psychics. We've got a lot of psychics on tonight, but our wonderful Ellie will be on after the show. So give her a few minutes. She might want to duck to the toilet and get a drink or do whatever she needs to do. But I'm sure that, as much as I've enjoyed your company tonight, wonderful Ellie would have too. So we hope to see you next week. Same place, same station. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.